Assalamualaikum and good morning. Welcome boys, girls and everyone who is watching with us today. I am Natalia from Multimedia University or MMU from Damen Mall, specifically from the STEM for All Makerspace Studio. And this is the second episode of Behind, or rather the Science Behind series. And today we're going to look at the science behind intelligent world and IOT for education. This is part of Minggu Sains Negara, specifically for Selangor, but it's open to all. This is brought to you by STEM for All Makerspace, and today we have Multimedia University and also Fresnel Media, who is the authority or rather the expert on Street View. So with me, I have Dr. Sin Yu Kyong from Multimedia University, Faculty of Engineering, and also Mr. Shahram Gadari, who is the Chief Technology Officer from Fresnel, Google Street View, everything that you see real time on the map kind of thing. Mr. Shahram is the expert. And Dr. Sin is the expert in MMU on everything related to nanotechnology, IoT, and he is the STEM promoter, or rather also, both of them are close friends or good friends of mine. We have appeared in this series last year, also during Minggu Sains Negara, but year 2020. Unlike Minggu Sains Negara 2020, it was trashed in a few months. Minggu Sains Negara 2021 takes place on the 1st of April until the 7th of April. So basically, it is a week. So memang betul-betul satu minggu, 7 hari. Today is the 4th of April, therefore it's the 4th day of Minggu Sains Negara, and it's not just celebrated by us, but it's celebrated throughout the country. We have many activities and programs that promotes STEM throughout the nation. And boys and girls, if you are listening to this, definitely you are listening to this kan, ada banyak-banyak hadiah untuk dimenangi juga. This is the 4th day that STEM for All Makerspace has this what they call the virtual STEM Olympiad. So what you will be hearing from us today is insights or sharings about IoT. IoT bukan macam shopping mall, IOI, but Internet of Things. We will share with you what Internet of Things are and the technology behind it and what it means to you as a person who consumes technology. So at the end of it, we will share a link to a quiz, and for those who will answer it correctly and also answer it quickly, you will stand a chance of winning cool prizes from STEM for All Makerspace and also from Multimedia University. So I have this cool stuff I will share with you later, but the first thing that I want to share with you is basically this. This is EB. EB is a mascot or the mascot for Multimedia University, and we have this special EB because it's a USB thumb drive. You can take off the head of EB and it's a cool USB thing. And this is a very special merchandise that we have, and we are giving it for the lucky winner, the person who will be the 5 or the 500. If you yang ke-500 menjawab soalan quiz tersebut, where we gonna share you the link after this, you will terus menang benda ni. Salah jawab pun tak apa. Janji you ke-500. So you might wanna stay tuned. Yang ke-1000 I bagi semua, okay? So yang lain-lain tu maybe satu-satu macam ni. Okay, without further ado, let me invite Dr. Sin from Multimedia University to share the insights of what IoT is. So before that, to quickly get you on board, get pencil and pen, paper, so that you will be able to jot down some notes. Over to you, Dr. Sin.
Okay, thank you, Madam Natalia. Okay, good morning, Mr. Sharam, and also good morning to everyone. Thank you, STEM for All Makerspace to invite me again to share with you all. Okay. Can I show the slide, right? Okay, so today's the sharing with you all is the IoT. Before we have the sharing, I would like to introduce myself first. I'm Dr. Sin. I'm from Faculty of Engineering, Multimedia University. I'm the lecturer in the faculty, and also I'm the program coordinator of Bachelor of Engineering in Electronics, majoring in nanotechnology. Okay, the IoT, the three simple words. What is the IoT? Why should we care about the IoT? And then, is the IoT important to us? The IoT, the three words is actually bringing the meaning, the Internet of Things. I highlighted the Internet here is because this is the important roles of this IoT. So before we go into deep, what is IoT? Let's talk about the Internet. So Internet, I know now the COVID-19 pandemic, everyone have to study at home and then everyone have to work from home. So Internet is the very, very important things. So Internet is the network connected computer. And then people can share information with each other through Internet. Like for example, you can email to your friends during the pandemic. You can email to them, and then you can chat with them. And then also when you're playing games like Dota, and then you have your team, right? So when you have a team, and then you want to discuss about the strategy, then you can actually chat with them. And then you have video also, like for example, when you're in your classroom, especially the Google Classroom, your teacher is actually sharing you some of the videos. So you can actually go to the Google Classroom or go to the YouTube and look at this video for your learning. And also you can listen when you want to relax during the pandemic, because you know everyone sit at home is very, very stressed. So we would like to listen to some songs. So you can go to Spotify and then to actually listen to the songs, and then to do some relaxing or also calm down. Okay. So also if you go at your home, then you have take some nice photo. You also can share with your friends with Facebook or IG, or also Facebook, IG, and so that they can know now how is your condition, and then they can also look at your handsome or pretty face. Okay, so you can see the Internet is actually at the origin is actually connecting people, and then let the people to share the information of each other. But now, Internet is not only connecting between people to people. We have the new things coming out is called the Internet of Things. Internet of Things is actually asking the things talk to the other things. So what is the things that I having now is actually the computer, the smartphone, the smartwatch, the aircon, the rice cooker, the alarm, this all is the electronics devices that we give it the names things over here. So the Internet of Things is actually, you are connecting all these things, all the electronic devices together through the Internet. So the Internet now is not only connecting the people, but it's actually connecting the things. So why is it important for things talk with other things? We want them to talk with each other is because we want them to share the experience with each other. So now question is, wow, people can learn. So if you talk with the people and then they actually have your experience, then you can actually share the experience. But things, the electronic devices, how they actually share the experience between them? So now it's how things can actually can share the experience. So if your things, you add up the sense and the communicate, then the things can actually share the information with each other. Let's talk about sense. So for human being, we actually have 5 senses. We have the touching, we have the eye, we have the tongue, we have the nose, and we have the ears. So for this Internet of Things, let me to give you some example like using a human bodies. Okay, the things is just like your hand, your nose, your mouth, your ears, and your eyes. And then your network is like your nerve. It's like your nerve. And then your brain, the brain is the cloud. Okay, so it's the cloud. So if you want, like for example, if your hand you holding a hot object, then your hand here you have the touching. When you have the touching, you sense the temperature is very high. And then when you sense the temperature high, then you actually send the signal to your brain through the network. So now the network is actually your nerve. So you send to your brain, and then the brain is processed. Oh, they know now it's actually hot. So the brain will actually send another information to your hand, and then to ask you to let go this hot object. So now the things is actually communicate to your computer, the cloud, and then actually sending the information to your hand, the things, to actually do some response. So in here, just now I say is things to other things, but now the things is the same because both are hand. Okay. So now I give another example. When you listen, when there's a lightning or a thunder, you will listen to a very, very loud noise, right? So the sense is your ears. So your ears will listen to, oh, there's a very loud noise. Then they will send a signal to your brain. So after that, your brain will actually interpret, so, oh, this is a very loud noise. Then they will actually send the signal to your hand, and then ask your hand to cover your ears. So this is what actually, this is similar like what the IoT will respond as well. So in our smartphone, we actually have a lot of sensors, okay? So for example, if you have a phone, then it actually need you to scan your face to actually unlock the screen. Then you actually have the vision sense in your phone. Then another way is using your fingerprint. If you're using your fingerprint and then to unlock the screen, so it means by your phone also have the touch sensor. Also, one way is when you open the Waze and then you see, because now I'm driving. So during driving, then they actually advise you not to do typing. So if not to do typing, how? Then I will press the button to record my voice and then to interpret the word. So I will say, okay, go to Diamond Mall. So they record the Diamond Mall, and then they will find the Diamond Mall for me. So it means by in here, the phone have actually the listening sense. Using the Waze, when you travel from one point to another point, then you actually have the location, right? They actually will show you the locations. So in here, the smartphone actually have the sense to locate where you are. Also, another one is there's an e-wallet, start with the letter of B. Last time when it started, then they say if you want to get the ang pao or you get the cash rebate, you need to shake it. So when you shake it, then you actually get the cash rebate or you get the ang pao. Okay, when you shake it, then they will say, oh, you have shake the apps, and then you actually will get the ang pao. So in this way, then your phone, you actually have the sense to sense to the shaking, okay? So actually our smartphone or the electronic devices, there's a lot of sensors, okay? Now we come to the smartwatch. So everyone now have the smartwatch, right? So you know the smartwatch have a lot of functions. So how actually this smartwatch related to IoT? For example, the pedometer, okay? So in the smartwatch, it actually can detect how many steps you already stepped, okay? You have already walked. So it will send the information to the cloud, or maybe it's actually because the phone and also the watch is actually connected through the Bluetooth. So this is what we say is the communicate. So both devices is communicate. But now the sense is actually from your watch. So your watch is actually sensing how many steps you are stepping. Then after that, it will actually send the information to your handphone. And then it will display, and then when you open the apps, it will show you show you that. So now you already have how many steps. But then they will say, okay, to reach the goal of 8,000 steps for one day, then you still have how many steps to go. So in here, this all process is actually communicate with from the devices to the devices. You're not telling them to actually asking them, oh, okay, now smartwatch, you go and send the information to my handphone, and then now handphone, please create the information and then to show me how many steps I have. All the process here is actually they are sharing the devices to get through themselves. Okay, and then do the process. So this is actually one of the example of the IoT as well. Another one is actually another example is like, for example, when you go for a restaurant. So when you go for a restaurant after finish the dinner, okay, when your father or your mothers actually go to the cashier counter, now I say I want to pay through the touch and go. So they will actually pick up the phone and then to scan the QR code. When you scan the QR code, then this QR code will actually send to the cloud. Okay, so when it's sent to the cloud, then they will actually have a system there, and then to tell the system, oh, now someone is going to pay this bill. So after it actually recognizes, it say, okay, this one is already paid, and then they will actually announce to the cashier, and then to tell, oh, okay, this customer want to pay, is already paid the bill. So the machine there actually will print out the receipt, and then the cashier counter will actually give you hand the receipts to your parents, your father or your mother, and at the same time when it's already print out the bill, then it will actually feedback to the cloud and tell the cloud, say, oh, okay, this customer have already done his payment, and then this cloud will actually send another signal to the handphone of your parents or your father or mother, and then to tell your parents, say that, okay, your bill have been settled. So this is also another example of IoT. So IoT is actually very related to our daily life. Now we have using a lot of the IoT in our daily life. Now here I would like to show you some of the IoT project in MMU. So let's look at look at the video now. So this one is actually a medical assistant. Okay, so if you are a patient, then you go and see the doctor. Then the doctor will actually go to one system. Then they will prescribe you the medicine after they have know what is your symptom or your sign. Then they will upload into the record. So they will give you the medicine, and then you can bring this medicine and then to go home. So after you go home, they actually have a medical assistant that you actually can place all your medicine into this medical assistant. So when because the doctor already prescribed and then to give you the record, what is the time that you need to take the medicine. So the system now will actually ask you, okay, have you take your medicine? So if you haven't take the medicine, then the system will the robot will actually come to you, then ask you to take the medicine. So you can put your medicine at the beginning in this robot, and then at the time that they need to dispense, then they actually will dispense the medicine accordingly. Yeah. So they also have the battery, and then they have the water tank. So you can fill in the water tank. So when you want to take the medicine, you definitely need the water, right? So you can actually just take up the water from this robot as well. So they actually have an adjustable height, and then for you to actually, because you are patient, now you maybe after you taking your medicine, you feel dizzy, or maybe it's because your body is weak. So if you want to walking around in your home, then you can actually use this one to actually assist you in the walking. So to make sure you are safe to walk. So this is one of the project that is actually done in MMU. So in here, I think you have watched a cartoon before, which is called Baymax, or the Big Hero 6. So in the Big Hero 6, they actually have a healthcare robot, which is called Baymax. So in future, we probably have this Baymax as well, because as you can see in the Baymax in the movie, the main Baymax is actually built by the Tadashi Hamata, and then to take care of Hiro Hamata. Okay, so in the movie, when the Baymax seeing when Tadashi Hamata passed away, then the Baymax is activated, and then he find that Hiro Hamata is actually very upset, because he already scanned Hiro Hamata, and then he found that, okay, Hiro Hamata have very upset, and then through the scanning, okay, so after that he will send these signals to the cloud, and then he find that, okay, this symptom, the symptom of the Hiro Hamata is because is very upset, and then he will find the solutions in the cloud, and then he find that, okay, the solutions for that for this situation is called Hiro's friend. Okay, so it actually will activate the call and then call Hiro's friend to actually visit Heroes. So this one you can see the devices is actually sharing the experience through the cloud, and then actually giving the response, and then to give the next actions or next reactions, so that to help all of us. Another one is, last year I shared this one, everyone will feel excited. This year I share again. So this year is not talking about the technology and science in Iron Man, but we talk about the things or the man behind the Iron Man. So his name is actually Jarvis. So Jarvis actually is a very important role in Iron Man. So Iron Man is a metal suit, right? It's very heavy. So if a normal person, how you can actually lift out maybe few tons of the metal steel? But Iron Man, it can be done. So how actually it done? It's because Jarvis will actually sense the movement of the Tony Stark, and then he will give the he will go up to the sense the signal of the movement of the Tony Stark, or maybe the muscle movement, and then actually it will send to the cloud. Then the Jarvis will actually process, saying that, okay, or this signals is means by he want to lift up the arm. So when he want to lift up the arm, then the Jarvis will actually send another signal to the metal suit, saying that, okay, there's a mechanical movement, so you need to move the hand. Okay. So the other one is when the Iron Man is covered with mask. So when you want to look or aim to the enemy, so it's not Tony Stark is looking, but it's actually the vision of the Iron Man suit to record the whole things, then send to the cloud, and then Jarvis process it, and then send back to the Iron Man suit, and then so that it can aim accurately. So this is very important for Jarvis actually playing the role in Iron Man. So the whole things here is actually can be done is if we have the IOT. There's another IoT project in MMU. So this one is the activity tracking at the home. So a person is actually wearing devices on the waist. So when you walk around in the living room, so the system will know that, okay, this person is actually walking around in the living room. So when you walk and walk and walk, and then you find, oh, because I'm very tired already, so I'm stand for a while. I saw a chair, so I'm standing there. So the activity actually will display in the system saying that, okay, this person is standing. Then after that, he say, oh, I'm tired, so I need to take a rest. So the system will show, oh, this person is relaxing and then sitting on the chair. Okay. So if, let's say, this person's walk and walk and walk and walk and walk, and then suddenly fall down, so what will happen to the system? So will it be showing? So let's see it in the video. This one is when somebody is actually sleeping on the sofa, and then is actually lying, and then you see there's a relaxing. But when it's a falling, because the sensor is actually have can detect the inertial changes. When you have inertial changes, then you actually find out, oh, this action is called falling. So when it's a falling, then it probably hurt the person. So it probably is an emergency case. So it actually can detect, the activity of the person in the house. So it also can differentiate whether it's an emergency or a relaxed situation. If you are lying in the kitchen, then it's an emergency because you probably is falling. But if you're lying on the bed in the bedroom, then it will show you this person is actually in the relaxation situation. So the last IoT project that I'm going to share with you is this is the star farming in MMU. So you can see we have an indoor smart farming. So this one is star farming for hydroponic. Okay. So we are actually doing the plantations using the hydroponic. And then in these situations, they actually the humidity of the room, the light that we are using to shine on the crop, and then also the pH of the water for the hydroponic, and also the room temperature, water level. These all are very important to actually maintain the healthy crop. Okay, so this whole system is actually controlled. They have a sensor to sense these all factors, and then to control so that the crop is actually grow healthy. So you can get a very healthy plant to consume later. So for the Internet of Things, we need a lot of expert in this IoT technology. So in IoT technology, we have the programming, the data literacy, so that we actually know how to process the data. Then we need to set up the IoT system, and then we need to come up more fascinating sensor. And also, because you can see in your COVID-19 pandemic, if let's say your internet is very slow, then you will find that you cannot get really, you want to submit your assignment, also you cannot submit on time because due to the connectivity. Okay, so we need all the talents in this all field to actually to help to develop the Internet of Things. So in MMU, we actually offer the degree like the computer, electrical engineering, nanotechnology, and also the telecommunications. So that's all for my sharing on IoT. So pass back to you, Madam Natalia.
Thank you very much, Dr. Sin. I'm sure all of you are super excited. Even I am super excited. And as the moderator today, it's like so much for me to, moderate from here. Boys and girls, if you just joined us, this is the second episode from the Science Behind series for Minggu Sains Negara that's brought to you by STEM for All Makerspace, and the second episode is with MMU and Fresnel Media. What Dr. Sin has shown to you is IoT or Internet of Things, and there are 112 of you who are watching live with us, and I could see some of you saying, wow, wow, wow. It's wow, right? It's really wow because STEM is not boring. It's not just for the geeks and nerds. Maybe we look a little bit geeky and whatnot, but we are also very cool people. There are STEM for the hardcore, where you actually look like the engineering, like nanotech and whatnot. Also the electronics or electric behind things, but there are also the programming bit. If last year Dr. Sin had shared Iron Man per se, and even so when he mentioned the suit of Iron Man, we have not touched nanotech that has allowed for it to be very light and material wise, behind all of these cool movies that you have seen, like sci-fi kan, it looks like as if science fiction macam jauh sangat, like as if it's not doable. It's just book series or TV sahaja. that farming that you saw just now, the next series, maybe we're going to talk bringing it to Mars, where you have seen, life on Mars, where you can actually bring this whole thing and it's not Earth anymore, but you have all the components of Earth to actually grow things with, of course, the other parameters involved, because outer space does not have the same conditions as the Earth. So all this cool stuff you see in the movies, you can also, it's actually all based from science. So if you are into STEM, not necessarily you just be someone who is in the lab and working only with specific devices, but you will also be doing other things in the bigger picture, because with STEM you can impact lives. That's how things have changed. Previously you have only Internet of Things. It begins with the internet. It's just to connect between one computer to another computer. Then with the advancement of science, you actually have the components of computers inside other devices. And this is actually the processing power. When you have this processing power running on internet protocol, you can make the devices talk to each other. That's just IoT. Now we have artificial intelligence, where we put AI into the things. When AI and IoT combine, you have a very comprehensive, intelligent world. What does it do for humankind? Hopefully, we do things that will make our lives better. It will make human better. It will make the community better. It will make the world more sustainable. So when we do STEM, whatever we do, the outcome is to make human life, the well-being, to become better. So STEM is not boring. STEM is difficult, maybe, but with STEM, with the difficulty, when you get through it, the rewards are super wow, because you're going to change lives. All right, in changing lives, let me just see 107 of you here. If you have joined us, maybe you can do a shout out. I see some schools. Maybe you can now put in the comment box, say which school are you from. And I was just saying just now in the very beginning that at the end of this, we will post a quiz, and the 500% betul atau salah jawapan you, we will send you this super cool EB USB. On top of the jawapan betul, Mr. Ramesh, who's the organizer for this STEM for All Makerspace, will be sending you cool prizes from STEM for All Makerspace juga. But I will be sending you this USB of EB. EB is MMU's mascot. For the winners too, we'll be sending you the MMU's notebook. This is our latest edition of MMU's notebook. Not the notebook with intelligence, not yet. This is just basic paper notebook. So stay tuned, because the next segment is also from a very good friend, Mr. Shahram from Fresno Media, who will be sharing with you the Google Street View. If Dr. Sin had shared with you the Internet of Things, Mr. Shahram will be sharing with you how is it from the physical world, you bring it to the digital world. So we are basically merging digital, physical. Soon, like what Jarvis had enabled Tony Stark, soon we'll be living in that world. So now I invite you, Shahram, over to you.
Thank you very much, Puan Natalia and Dr. Sin, also the STEM. It's very interesting. Today I want to talk about another aspect of how we record information and how we historically register information. The part that Dr. Sin explained was about how devices are sending data to the internet to be recorded on the cloud, be analyzed and be used. The part that I'm going to focus on is about how humans during different years, they start to record the information. And I think Dr. Sin also released some of the part of the very confidential information about how Jarvis is working in the Iron Man. I'm not sure it was allowed in the STEM for All, but it was very good and useful information. In history, the humans, they start by writing these words on the stones, historically from long time ago. Then after that, by invention of the pens, they start to write the same thing by different languages on the papers. But they see, okay, how we can advance this registration or the documentation of the information, how we can go beyond text. So they start to make devices like cameras to capture photos. The photo enhanced what we had before in text by having more information such as color and details and shapes for the different concepts to be easier to understand for another person that is accessing the same type. Then they enhance it in another revolution to add movement to it. They started to record videos or the movies. So the same photos, now it have another aspect of the information, which is movement, meaning that it becomes more immersive, easier to understand. By developing the computer, specifically in the last few decades when the computers are accessible by everybody, there is another aspect that is being added to this, and which is called interactivity, meaning that even if you watch a movie or a video, you're just a viewer. But when interactivity is being added, you can be involved. So you can use something like a computer game. You press the keyboard, the WSAD in the first-person shooter, and you can walk inside the game. So interactivity makes it even one further after the movie by involving you in the process of the story that you're watching or the information that is being documented. Now in 2020 and few years before that, there is another revolution in how humans are capturing the information, and that is by capturing in 360 degrees, meaning that instead of a camera looking at a certain angle, we are having cameras that are looking at everywhere, and we make it possible for any viewer in their home, in their classroom, and other places to be able to look at the angle that they desire and absorb the information that they want to. So this is the part that we are very focused on. As a part of the Google Street View, I'm on a daily basis involved in creating this type of the content, capturing the world, the streets, the interiors, and sometimes even from the drone, and put it on public places like the Google platform to be able to be used by public. But you may ask, okay, how this can benefit educational system, how it can help universities or schools, and how it can have the educational value. I'd like to show you a few things on my laptop. If we can change to the screen here. Okay, thank you very much. This is a Google Street View car. So you see it's a normal car which have some computers inside the GPS location system. And on the top, there is a camera. But this camera is not an ordinary camera. It's a specific camera that is a combination of 6 or more cameras, which all in real time are capturing different angles of an image. Then the next thing that is happening is that you see there is a portable version here that can be used in a backpack, so they can take it off-road to the mountain and other places. Each of these individual cameras are capturing one shot from one angle that you're seeing. So basically the concept of each of these cameras are very similar to any phone camera or ordinary cameras that you're using. You can see in this image that is a combination of 12 different photos that when they are put next to each other, you can see something like an almost 360-degree image. But the ultimate output of this is by stitching these images together and making a capture from the world in virtual reality. So how that is being used is by opening Google Maps or the Google search and search for a location that is being already captured in this world. So now I'm at the Google Maps. You can use your phones or your computer for the same concept. And since we are at the STEM for All Center at the Damen Mall, so I will search for this location here, STEM for All Makerspace. So the Google will show us the location, where the location is inside the mall, what is the address, what is the working hours and other things. But also we have the option for a section here, which is called Street View. So you can see there is a section that it says Street View and 360 degrees. If I click on this, it will take us to more immersive content about these locations that we are capturing. So now, as you can see, we are inside the STEM for All Center. And like a computer game, we can click around. We have these arrows, which when we click, we go forward. And we can choose the angle that we like to explore in this space in a fully immersive 360-degree imagery. Up to here, was about how these images are being captured, how we are going to use them in the Google Street View. But from now, I want to show you how the same content can be used for educational purposes. We already captured few centers that are related to the educations from specifically with the focus on the STEM, which is from the standard tree to form tree. One of this is conversion of the standard year 5 plants life process in the science book. If traditionally you use this book and you go to this subject, what you see is photos or text from different plants and information about how these plants are living in their natural environment. But we take it one step further, which it leads us to this point that we can go see Malaysia's forest from the top, explore it from a drone view, and all the subjects that are mentioned in the book are here. So we have protection from enemy, adaptation to climate, seeds dispersal, and I can click on the protection from enemy and go to one of these like banana tree. What it does, it will take us to the where a banana tree is located in the nature. So like a tourist that I go there, I'm looking at this, I can see the banana tree and there is an information box. So I can click on this information box and see the video that is related, how they can grow the banana tree or other information about that. So as you can see here, we can see all the revolution that's starting from the text, then going to the photos, then to the videos, then adding interactivity, which leads to the most high end, which we can capture an area in 360 degrees, and we allow the students to go and explore these areas. For this, there are some hardwares that are developed as well. So this one is called the Google Cardboard. Google Cardboard is a very, very basic device, which is made using a cardboard. You can see is just a box like this. But I can assemble this very simply by a few movements. And it will look like a virtual reality VR headset. But of course, it doesn't have any electronics inside. So initially, when I show this device to anybody, everybody will ask, okay, how this device is going to be used for VR without having any electronics. For this, we just need to have any standard mobile phone and the Google Street View app. So what I need to do is just to open Street View app in my phone, search for the location that can be this subject of the book, or a few other centers that we already covered, like Planetarium Negara, Malaysia Genome Center, and I can put my phone inside this VR headset that is made using a cardboard. What this does, it will convert this VR headset to a fully functional VR. And not only I can have a look around here and explore the area in 360, but I have a button on the top that when I want to walk, of course it's very dangerous when you're wearing this to walk in the physical location, but I can just press this button and it will transfer me to the next location. So it doesn't matter if I'm in a Malaysian forest learning about the plant's life process, or I'm in the Planetarium Negara, I'm learning about different planets, the sun, and other things. This device will enable me with the possibility of having a very low-cost solution with any mobile phone in the world. I immersively transfer myself to that location. So we have 3 centers already covered under this program, which the questions that you are getting the rewards from the MMU, which are I think the USB sticks, right? 500 of them. The questions are hidden inside these virtual tours. So we will share the links to all the tours from now, and we will share the questions with you also. And we ask everybody to go explore the tours. And the game is something like a treasure hunt. You have to look for the answer inside the tours, and you have to answer them accordingly. And hopefully, you're one of the early ones that you have the chance to get one of the USB sticks as a part of the reward. Thank you very much. Back to you, Puan Natalia.
Thank you very much, Mr. Shahram. So, if you have been following STEM for All Makerspace and MMU since last year, we have been doing Minggu Sains Negara live from Damen Mall STEM for All Makerspace studio, where last year we actually had the whole carnival. What Mr. Shahram just shared just now is the space of STEM for All Makerspace, where last year we had the Minggu Sains Negara live from this place. If you have missed that, no worries, you can always check out the videos in the playlist of this YouTube channel, where you see we have gone about 3-4 hours of live last year. We also had part of Minggu Sains Negara 2020 was the What's Next Career of the Future in STEM series, where we had 4 episodes of the various possible or domains or even topics with various apa kita kata the stakeholders like SEDA and whatnot to be part of the talk. And during Minggu Sains Negara 2020 closing ceremony, we had a special quiz where Mr. Shahram too, I think if I'm not mistaken, was also there, and I also had brought you on a tour for Faculty of Creative Multimedia in Multimedia University on Google Street View, and the questions were all derived from that. So if you have not seen that, you will, that as in the street view of Faculty of Creative Multimedia, Multimedia University, you can go and check out one of the videos, I think during the closing ceremony last year where we had it. It's still there in the playlist. So I can see many of you, okay, there's a question, where is STEM for All Makerspace located? STEM for All Makerspace is located in Damen Mall, which is a shopping mall in Subang Jaya. You can actually Google map it and it will bring you here. If you come here, make sure your mask is on and whatnot. You might bump into us. Maybe those person who actually can come and bump into me, I'll give you this notebook and say with best compliments from Multimedia University. I'll probably be here for another hour or so. So if you are in this area, drop by STEM for All Makerspace, Damen Mall. In Subang, okay, so that's where Damen Mall is. Yes, correct, in Subang Jaya. Many shout out. Thank you very much to those who are with us since just now. Okay, I also know basically on top of these students, boys and girls, there are also parents and teachers who are watching this live. So parents and teachers, I have something special for you. This mug is only for parents and teachers. If you, because the quiz tak ada had OMO, okay, you can also participate in the quiz that Makerspace will be posting at the end of this. You can actually answer it. Okay, there you go. The Google form is already up there. You can click. So, parents, teachers, makcik-makcik, pakcik-pakcik, acik share bersama-sama ni, you can also answer this. Sebab tak ada hard OMO, we will also give you the e-cert, no worry, even though you don't have PAJSK, tak apa, because if you answer it correctly, and we will choose perhaps the best 10 or maybe 5 or maybe 3 to give you also this, but I can also give 1, 2, 3 ke kan. Nanti balik I cakap dengan boss I will check the store ada berapa lagi. I'll share with you, I'll give you the MMU mug. MMU mug ni special because it's like thermos and it has the, I have coffee in here but I will tilt it slowly. Ada suction. So if you pergi ambil anak, you bubuh dekat dashboard pun dia tak jatuh. So it's agak special lah. So parents, teachers, you can also answer the quiz which Mr. Ramesh had posted on the comment box. So I think we have come perhaps to the end of this episode 2 of the Behind or Science Behind many things. They have, I think, 4 episodes, and this is the second episode of Science Behind Intelligent World. The IOT for education. See, education is not just inside the classroom. I hope we have inspired you. I hope we have opened up to you that there are many things that are very STEM related. And if just now you see, if you have been following us, you see just now that Dr. Sin has shown IOT and also perhaps how Jarvis is actually, like what Mr. Shahram said, perhaps, we should not have revealed it. No, but that's not official from, Marvel. We basically dissect it and think how it is. And Shahram also shared how, we can do things real time by capturing the environment and bring it to the digital world. We also now can put in artificial intelligence into all of this. And Mr. Shahram also shared with you the Google Cardboard. So you want to stay tuned with us, because who knows, MMU and Fresno Media together with STEM for All Makerspace, next episode, next series will combine all of this. So don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification button for STEM for All Makerspace and also MMU's social media. We also have our Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, and we are also on YouTube. So make sure you are subscribed to our channels so that you will always be in the know when we come up with the next episode. And if you have been following us, you know that we have moved from one series to another series, and we bring the coolness of STEM to you. So this is Natalia from Multimedia University signing off for STEM for All Makerspace. Goodbye.